Hey guys, what's going on? In this one, we're going to install Git for Windows. We're going to install kind of a flavor of Git for Windows here. If you're not familiar with Git, Git basically is software for tracking changes in any file. So if you were using GitHub or GitLab, or you had a project and you made some changes and you wanted to see some kind of version control, this is what you would use. You'd use Git to do so. So we're going to do this a couple of ways, I guess. We're going to just right click and we're going to open in terminal window. And first off, I just kind of opened up on my desktop, but that's okay. If you were to type in Git, you'd notice that you'd get this term not recognized. So if you do that, that means it's not installed on your system and you don't need to follow this process. But if you type in Git, that means somewhere along the lines you've installed Git and you should have a list of commands available for you. So we're going to take a look at this a specific way. We're going to install it using, it's called Winget. So this is kind of like a package manager kind of CLI command line thing that was introduced just recently. And it's kind of like around the same as like Homebrew with a few variations and stuff like that. So we're going to use this to install Git into Windows 11. So if you say install, and we're going to provide an ID flag, and we're grabbing Git, and we're just going to grab the source, and we're going to use Winget. Okay, so what this is essentially doing is it's going to reach out to a repo. So on GitHub, it's going to reach out to Git for Windows. It's going to find the latest release, and it's going to pull it down, and it's going to download and install it on your platform. Okay, so looks like I missed something. Let's see what I did here. I can't spell install, so let's just go back here and we'll add an L. Okay, we'll run this again. Okay, so as I was saying, it literally goes through, it goes to GitHub. It, let's grab these permissions. It goes to GitHub and it grabs Git for Windows and it grabs the release and it downloads it. And in my case, it's going to be the 64-bit version, and it's grabbing the latest version that it knows, and that's 2.35 as of this recording. So it'll take a moment and it'll install, and when this is done, after it says it's successfully installed, we'll proceed to another alternative that you guys can do to install this, okay? All right, so we're successfully installed. The package is ready. So if you're pretty new, you probably won't reach for this one right out the gate like this. You might just go to something like Edge, and I believe the website is git.sem.com. And you would go here, you could do the same thing and grab an open source free version of Git. And in this case, it's also the same latest release. So you'll just be grabbing the exe and you'd be running through the steps that it would provide you with all the basic defaults, and you would install the same thing. I kind of like the other way a little bit, just because I think you get a little bit of a lighter footprint here. I think when we were looking at this, it was like 47 megs, give or take, or something like that. But I mean, you can choose either way. It doesn't matter as long as you get Git on your system. So if you want to validate that, you just type in Git. And then, unlike the last time, you'll see that we have a bunch of working commands that we can use, like clone, init, move, add, remove, status, show, log, etc. Okay? So once you have that, then you pretty much are set up and you have Git up and running on your system. If for some reason you tried to install it through this way using Winget or something and you made a mistake, or you wanted to remove it and go the exe route, it's pretty straightforward to just uninstall it. So you'd like Winget and you'd be uninstall is the command. And where I'm getting these commands from, if I just type in Winget, and it'll list a bunch of commands that are available for me. So it'll just tell me, okay, you can install, show, search, list, upgrade. Pretty useful. And, so all I was doing there was I'm going to Winget and I'm uninstalling it. And what I'm uninstalling is Git. Okay, so if I even type Git, I think it's smart enough to actually know what package I'm talking about. So it'll go here, ask you for your permission, run through this again, but this time it's doing the opposite. It's uninstalling this. So if you don't like this way, you can just, not use the CLI. You can go out, once again, I said, and grab the web version and run through that process. It's exactly the same thing. I just wanted to show you guys how you can install and uninstall packages using Winget. It's very useful. I kind of reach from this from time to time if I'm in Windows for whatever reason. But you don't have to, but at least you know it's there, and it's something that is available to you guys if you want to reach for it. Okay, so I've uninstalled Git, but I'm going to reinstall it after this thing. I'm just going to clear this out. and I'm going to exit. So that's it for installing Git. Once you're set up, you should be good to go. So when we get into later things like using Git to pull down a repository or some kind of version control, you'll have it ready on your platform and ready to go. All right. Thanks, guys. If you found this useful and you learned something new, just let me know. Leave a comment below. Please subscribe if you find this content, to your liking and stuff like that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.